ask me, doctors ask me, strangers ask me, and no matter how I respond, no one ever believes what I say. And the why question, of course, is, why would someone with a PhD in English become a nurse? It's actually an easy question to answer, but the problem is, no one ever believes me. I'm going to tell you the truth tonight, in just a few minutes, and perhaps none of you will believe me either, but then I'm going to speculate for a bit on why no one believes me. In A Room of One's Own, Virginia Woolf's very influential book that I've read and reread many, many times, book about women in writing, she says, the history of men's opposition to women's emancipation is more interesting, perhaps, than the story of that emancipation itself. And what she's saying is that, of course, it's interesting to read about women's struggle for equality, the right to own property, the right to vote, the right not to be beaten by their husbands. But it's really instructive to contemplate why women had to fight for these things at all. That is, to understand why men did not want women to have rights of their own. Now, I am in no way saying that by becoming a nurse, I have taken on the mantle of women who, through the ages, fought to give all women legal and civil independence. But I find Woolf's formulation helpful in understanding this incessant question of why. That is, explaining why I became a nurse is less interesting to me than understanding why people keep asking me and why they never believe my answer. So here's why I became a nurse. The truth is, I didn't really like being a professor. People not in academia sometimes idealize university teaching as a highbrow haven from real life, a world of books and intelligent conversation unfolding at the slowed pace that such a contemplative life requires. However, that stereotype contains about as much truth as most stereotypes. Being a professor is a job, just like any other, and once I got into it, I discovered that writing academic papers, grading student papers, and even teaching classes did not give me as much job satisfaction as I wanted. It's the dream job for many people, including my husband, but not for me. So while thinking over what I wanted to do when I grew up, I became a mom, first to my son, who's now 14, and to my twin girls, who just turned 12. Becoming a parent changed my life because it introduced me to a hidden part of myself, the part that did not want to spend time alone with papers and books, but wanted a job where I would be physically busy, mixing it up with all different kinds of people and all sorts of situations, and where I would need to be smart and capable, but also compassionate. Midwives managed my twin pregnancy, which got me interested in midwifery, which got me interested in floor nursing. 3.5 years later, I'm still at the bedside, still mixing it up, still trying with every shift to make a difference.